So I met this nice lady here at Honda in for service, and she showed me crochet, you call it.
Crochet.
And I found out it's for the
Mat and hook crocheting mats for the homeless, sleeping mats. Many of the homeless will not come indoors, and this allows them to at least be comfortable outside.
and we found that this is weatherproof.
And it's weatherproof.
Because-
and it's shake it out, it'll dry.
Because the material is, what'd you call it?
Plastic grocery bags.
But you called it a name.
PLARN.
PLARN.
Plastic
yarn. And so,
And it's cut into strips about 2 inches wide.
okay, and that's an example.
Chain them together with a knot.
And there's a knot right
You
there.
just loop one
Okay.
inside the other.
Wow.
And then you got a ball of yarn.
You got a ball of yarn.
No
And then
yarn.
you use your crochet techniques, which I
And
know
it's a large
nothing
hook.
about.
Yep.
And so the mat ends up becoming like this. And so
And it'll be
how
6 feet long by
Yeah, okay, that was my
3
question.
feet wide.
3 feet wide, 6
6
feet long, plenty enough for most men.
Can wrap up in it, sleep on it.
Can wrap up in it, sleep. Wow. And of course it's plastic, so it's going to dry out. It's
It'll
going to be
dry.
durable.
If it breaks, you can tie the break in a knot.
Wow. I am amazed. And I also appreciate it.
Thank you.
I feel for the people who, I mean, they're,
Yes. Well, I take them over to Pensacola.
Mm-hmm.
There's a program over there for the homeless. And many of the men, and some women and children, will not come in. They don't want to be inside.
right.
But they'll come in for a meal, and several churches feed,
And then they,
and these. So
And-
in order to get the meal and the mat,
okay,
they have to have certain rules followed.
right.
So,
Everybody needs some rules.
yes, and I don't know what they are, that's not my problem.
We all need rules. You know, whether we like it or not, there's rules called gravity. There's other, personally, I believe that God has rules. The Bible tells us some of those rules, and if we don't follow those rules, we cause ourselves a lot of problems here and later. So I'm a believer in that. So it's, that is just awesome.
And that's part of this program. It is held in a church over in Pensacola.
Right.
I've been doing this now for almost, over 10 years.
Could you guess how many of these you've made?
No, I can't. I
Just-
don't count them. I just
It's
don't even
really
think
not about
it.
that. It's do as many as you can, as fast as you can, for as many as you can.
Exactly.
Yes, I totally get that.
And
But
there
I
are
bet it's
two-
been a bunch of them.
And there are 2 other people that can also.
Right. And how did you learn about this, or did you?
My old church in Lillian.
Okay. They
we,
did
we
this
had a
sort of.
sewing group that met at the Baptist church, and the Methodists were serving this meal down in Pensacola.
Right.
And we just put it all together. And
Absolutely awesome. Well, I appreciate you letting me video it.
You're welcome.
What? Let me just ask. I want to get your permission. Would you mind if I upload it to some other people who might?
I don't mind.
You don't mind? That's a sacrifice, really, because a lot of people don't want to do that. Because this is awesome. I bet you other people will pick up on this and do it. If I had the ability and the time, I would myself. But if I can promote it, that'd be a great thing.
Yeah, well, I used to live in Lillian. That's where I learned doing all this with closer to the church over there. Now I'm in Spanish Fork.
Mm-hmm.
And what am I in? The Axe community.
Mm-hmm.
And those people have been collecting the bags for me. It has become
Oh,
a cottage industry.
I just realized my aunt takes bags just like that to Walmart to recycle. They need to come to you, or do you have plenty?
The Axe people have been supplying me with quite a few, but I've thought about going to the grocery stores and asking them because they're gonna.
You could use more.
You know, you can always use them.
You can always use more. Let me ask you a big question. Could you use them already flattened out and neatly folded? Because my aunt does that.
Just flatten, don't need to fold them.
Flat.
But
Because
how
she
does
does that.
How does
She just,
fold them?
I don't know. All I know to do is ball them up and put them in a bag, like.
Oh, yeah, see, now-
But she folds them somehow, so.
Well, then you just, I don't have any in here because they're all cut.
Right.
But you flatten it out and then you fold it in half. I fold it in half and then half again, and then I cut off the bottom and I cut off the handles. So I have the
Right.
body of the bag and it's folded
Okay,
circular.
the body of the bag, get rid of the handles. I'm slow, I apologize.
all right.
Tell me one more time how you do it.
Well, you flatten it out.
Okay,
And what I do is I fold it in half and then fold it on its side in half again. So the handles are at one end and the bottom
I've got you.
is at the other.
Okay.
Makes an easy, short way to cut.
Right.
Cut off the handles, cut off the bottom. And
Okay.
then you've now got this body about that much left
It's
at
still
the
a
back,
circular.
but It's still circular.
It's still
So
circular.
now you cut them into circular strips.
And then you ultimately
And then you string them together.
and these are not double folded. These are one
That's one
layer, I should say.
one bag. Yeah, that's 1/10.
And then you
1/8.
cut them, and then ultimately it's just one long
Just string
string
'em
of. And how wide is
arm.
this string?
As wide as you cut, it's all.
And
yes,
how wide would you want it? She
an
might
inch
be
and a
able.
half.
Inch and a half. They need to be an inch and a half wide. Okay.
Is that about an inch and a half?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's looking more like 3 inches or so.
Well, no,
But
that's from the top to the bottom.
right. Okay.
No, that's only about an inch and a half to 2 inches. And then it's,
Okay. And then
yes, I do. Ah,
I love all these balls of yarn. PLARN. PLARN.
yeah. Okay, here's the bag.
Okay.
Now, what I do is I fold it in half.
Right. Right.
And then half again. Cut off the bottom, cut off the handles.
Right.
So now you just have that middle
Right.
and slice those into strips. So when you open it up, you've got the hoop.
You've got a loop. Do you want to
Got a
keep it in a
loop.
loop, or do you cut? You want to
Keep it
keep
in a
it
loop.
keep it in a loop? Okay.
So then you
Okay.
take the two loops, or take two loops. There's an end. And just
Good.
one inside the other.
Oh, one inside the other. Okay, I've got you. And then just
And
feed
now
it through.
you've got
Okay.
the
And then
whole
it's a
ball.
natural. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. You might just have some help getting it up to that point to where then you could just crochet.
Right.
Okay. I'll see if my aunt's interested in doing that.
Or if she crochets.
It's awesome though.
Get a couple
She doesn't
of
crochet
these.
that, to my knowledge. I don't think she does. She might.
I don't either. All I know how to make are these.
So you just learned how to do this.
My grandmother tried to teach me to
Right,
crochet.
right.
Couldn't do it.
Well,
But this I learned. It's easy.
you know, it's nice to have little pretty things around, and sometimes you can express love to somebody by giving them something nice and pretty. But this is extremely practical for
It
somebody.
really is. And to be completely honest, it isn't a fight, but there are challenges to get mats. If I go in there with 4 mats, I can't get in the door without somebody saying, "Can I have one? Can I have one? Can I have
Oh,
one?"
really?
I said, no, you have to get it from Stan. I give it to the man. that
They
runs the
want it
program."
badly, so this is in demand. They know and appreciate what this
They do.
is.
They do.
They want them. Wow, 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 wow. Well, I appreciate you taking the time.
Well, you're welcome.
And again, it's a sacrifice to let yourself, be on camera. And
But yeah, that part I don't like.
yeah, I could
said
tell
your
you.
mother? Did you
My
say?
aunt, I believe
Your
my aunt will.
If she can, because all I know how to do is, I can't crochet, and my grandmother crocheted the Lord's Prayer.
Right.
It's beautiful. But I
That's
can't-
well worth doing. I think.
I
We,
can't
we,
do it.
well, what I'm saying is that she did it, and that's a great thing to have, the Lord's Prayer on display. Yes, by all means. So we could possibly find how to do this on YouTube or something like that, possibly.
Well, you know how to get in touch with me if worse came to worse.
I'll do that. Well, I'm going to cut this off. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.